Hello everyone. Well, it's that special time of year when ordinarily we would say goodbye to some of our children that are getting ready to go off to big school in September. But we can't all meet together to say goodbye at the moment, and so we're going to see a few of you in a little while. But I thought it would be good to have a story about saying goodbye and remembering. So just to let you know that we are saying goodbye to Alana and Kellen and Matilda and Annie and Bonnie and Elliot and Aidan and Brandon and Eric and Sophia and maybe some other children that we don't know about. So we hope that we'll catch up with you again soon. But I just thought it would be really good to share a story today which is about remembering, and it's also about saying goodbye. And this is our special story today, and it's called Jesus Shares His Last Meal with His Friends. And at the top of the story it says, God invites us into his life of love, joy and peace. So Jesus wanted to share a very special meal with his friends to celebrate Passover. And he wanted to celebrate and say goodbye to them, because at that time many people knew how special Jesus was. But some people were very jealous, and the priests and the Roman rulers were very jealous indeed. Jesus knew that they wanted to arrest him and that his life was in danger. Jesus knew that it was time for him to go to see his Father in heaven. So when they were getting ready with the food, Jesus did something very important, and he took some water, a big bowl of water and a towel, and he washed the feet of the disciples, his friends. And they wondered why somebody as important as Jesus would get down and wash their feet. But Jesus did that for a very important reason. He told them so. He said that he was doing that to set an example so that when he wasn't here, they too could do what Jesus did. So he might not necessarily have meant washing everybody's feet, but what Jesus really meant was that he wants us to do good things for other people, to show his love. So back to the story. As they all sat around the table, Jesus picked up a loaf of bread, and after saying thank you to God, Jesus broke the bread and passed it to his friends. And then he took the cup of wine, and again he said thank you to God and passed it to his friends. Now, sometimes we do that in church because we want to remember Jesus, and it's really important that we do that. And in church it's called communion, and we have bread and juice because Jesus isn't living with us now, so we set some special time aside to remember him, called communion. Because although we don't see Jesus, he lives in our hearts, and that's why it's important to remember him. So Jesus wanted us to remember him. He said, whenever you break bread and drink wine like this, remember me, and remember that someday God's dream will come true. Remember that God's dream of caring and sharing and loving and laughing will come true. And at the end of our story it says, Dear God, thank you for making me a part of your dream. So, although we might not be coming to Jolly Tots, we might be off to exciting schools, I want you all to remember the happy times, and God wants us to remember them too. So, we remember Jesus and all he's learnt, and as we go off to school, sometimes it might be a little bit scary, a little bit new, and you might not be too sure about things, but a really important thing is to remember Jesus and remember that you are part of God's dream, and remember that God is with you everywhere. So, not just with you at Jolly Tots or in your homes, but God goes with you everywhere, and he will be there with you at school, even through the scary times. And so we need to trust him to look after us. So we've got a song about that coming up. It's a very special song, and it just reminds us that God is everywhere, and it's called If I Go Climbing. So hopefully you'll sing along to that song and do the actions, and I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.